So welcome back and welcome to part 3. We started where we left off in a secure area here. We've just activated that control panel, therefore opening the first blast door, and we came to the second control panel. So now it's time to activate this. Again, you're seeing an interact symbol. And that activated a cinematic, and what I've included here is a level design technique to again help the player resume on the golden path and to not stray away. So if I turn around now, this blast door automatically closed when this one opened, and also during the cinematic you saw the player character but you couldn't actually move him, and that was to stop the player from trying to escape while this door was closing. Just a little technique I used to make life simpler and not to cause any issues with the player veering off away from the golden path. Again, I've added some feedback from the player, to make sure they know that they can't access this door again, and that's just by placing the control panel on the floor. It's to help represent basically the control panel is damaged and won't be able to be used. So now if we veer down here, we've now entered into what is the prison cell area. Again, control panel with the familiar E icon to say that this control panel is interactable. So by pressing that caused a little cinematic there. Now there is actually no sound on this video, but if there was, like straight ahead, you'd be able to see somebody waving in the distance. In addition, you'd be able to also hear some dialogue, like he's screaming for help, asking you to come here, to get the player's attention. Also, I have added a little flickering light as well, just above the doorway, to again attract the player to look in that direction, because it is my intention to get the player to walk dead ahead. There is things that they could observe, but by the looks of things there's nothing of interest here. So we would just like to go straight ahead to see what this NPC is wanting. So by walking up to the player, that caused another cinematic of the NPC asking for your help. In addition, you've got an objective box in the top left hand corner stating that your new objective is to free the prisoner. So now it would be time for the player to explore more. He cannot actually enter these prison cells, so the only way would to be explore this room a little bit more. And if he did, he'd see that there's some now additional feedback on an item that's placed in the room. Again, with the location finder icon stating that this is a place of interest. And again, there'd normally be a minimap shown after the cinematic that we've just seen through there. The minimap would probably display an icon to say to come here. So now that the player does go there, you see another interact icon, so the player definitely knows that he can pick it up. So once he does pick it up, the inventory will state that you now have an industrial saw, and if the player was to walk back into the cell, he would say that he would see the outline of the saw and also the location point of interest icon. So by placing the object where the icon displayed, this triggered off another cinematic, which was freeing a prisoner by using a saw on the door. And again, you're seeing the NPC celebrate and run off. With that bit of feedback, to addition to the lights flashing, it's alerting a player that some urgency is needed from them, i.e. to escape. Additionally, the objective box is also telling the player that they now need to escape. So hopefully the player will have realised that you need to come out of here now by following the NPC. So as you can see, the NPC is waiting for you at another place of interest shown by some player feedback with boxes flashing. Again, if you approach the boxes, you will see the interaction icon. Now, just in case a player was still a bit bemused about where to go, they may have remembered that there's a control panel on the bottom left. But in fact, if the player was going to activate it, they would see that that was not the way to go, because by pressing E, you've actually destroyed it. So now we've got no other option but to interact with the crates, which causes another cinematic. So now, the very first thing you've seen was a sewer door or hatch, and again it's telling you to interact. So as you can see, by pressing E on the sewer door, that caused the hatch to open and to then play a final cutscene, which was the protagonist and the NPC to jump into the sewer. And that actually concludes the third video. So again, thanks for watching, and hopefully join us soon for the fourth video.